So over the last 30 years, PG&E and the other investor-owned utilities here in California have been working under a set of laws called decoupling, which basically breaks the link between the amount of energy we sell and our revenues. So ultimately what it does is it disincentivizes us to sell more energy. It's counterintuitive to anyone who's ever grown up in a capitalist society, because if you sell more, you make more. That's natural. That's not the case here in California. How does PG&E actually make money there?
Yes.
And the answer to that is we make money on a set return on equity into capital expenditures or capital investments we make. So for example, if we invest $100 million into building up our gas pipelines or our electric transmission lines, we can earn a set return on equity on those investments. So in California, the set return is at about 11.35%. So if we invested, for example, $100 million, the set return would be $11.35 million. Now, that said, that assumes that we hold our business costs constant. So for example, if we forecasted that our business costs would be $50 million and we exceeded that by, say, $2 million, that the excess that we went over would cut into that $11.35 million. So we'd only make potentially $9.35 million. That's simplifying. It's a gross oversimplification, but in essence, that's what we're talking about. Well, for shareholders, what it does is it provides certainty with low risk. So for any of us that are interested in investing, you're always comparing return with risk. And what this does is it gives you an idea of what return might be like with reduced risk. Over the last 30 years, since decoupling's been initiated, we've helped our customers save nearly over $20 billion. We've helped prevent over 125 million tons of CO2 emissions from entering the atmosphere. These things work. We've kept California's per capita energy use flat over the last 30 years. The rest of the country's gone up by 50%. It is unique to California. Other states are starting to adopt it. PG&E, among others in the state, have actually been lobbying other states and the federal government to really look at this solution, especially as the national government is starting to look strongly at a new energy bill. The state of Idaho, New York, New Jersey, they're all starting to adopt, and we're seeing it becoming more and more appealing. But I think I think I said it earlier, utilities aren't known for change. And so this is a fundamental change in the way that they do business. So they're warming it, other utilities are warming to the idea, and once they see that there are benefits, they feel very comfortable with it. Something I didn't say tonight was that we are actually working with international agents, specifically the Chinese government and the Indian government, to look at energy efficiency as a solution, because it's really hard for America to go and say, you need to stop using coal, right? China cuts the ribbon on a new coal plant every week, one a week, okay? We obviously can see that the tremendous impact that will have on the environment. So, but it's unfair for us as a developing country to ask them to reduce their energy use. So what we've done is say, okay, we get that you need to use coal, it's a cheap source, but what we'd like to do is to focus on energy efficiency. And amazingly, those countries have been really receptive to it. So we're confident and hopeful that we'll have. Well, what we've done is just shared our experience. So at PG&E, we have 82 distinct programs. So we've shared with them how that works. We've shared with them how the decoupling system works here in California. Those are the types of things that we're discussing with them.